Hello students, today we are going to solve the sums from exercise 14.2. I am reading the first question. The following table shows the ages of the patients admitted in a hospital during a year. Now here ages in years given in the form of the classes like this, and the corresponding number of patients are given here. Here the number of patients of the first class are 6. That means there are 6 patients having the ages from 5 to 15 years. Now question is, find the mode and the mean of the given data above. Compare and interpret the two measures of central tendency. That means here we have to find the mode and mean. Here we are going to find the mode first. For that we know that we have to decide the model class. Observe the given observations. Here 23 is the bigger number. That means there are 23 maximum patients in the group of 35 to 45 years. So here the model class is 35 to 45. Now let us start solving the sum. From the given data, model class is 35 to 45. Now as the model class is 35 to 45, its lower limit is 35. So L is 35 here. H, you can observe from the given observations that H is, that means the class width is 35 to 45. That means the difference is 10. So class width is 10. And it is same for all class intervals. Now F1 is the maximum frequency, that is the frequency of the model class. So from the table you can write F1 is equal to 23. F0 is the frequency of the class preceding to the model class, which is 25 to 35. So its frequency is 21. And F2 is the frequency of the class succeeding to the model class. So it is 14. Now we have the formula for finding the mode, that is mode is equal to L plus F1 minus F0 divided by 2F1 minus F0 minus F2 into H. Now put the values in the formula. Lower limit, that is L is equal to 35 plus F1 is 23 minus F0 is 21 divided by 2 into 23 minus 21 minus 14 into H is 10. Now 35 plus this 23 minus 21 is 2, and this 2 into 10 is 20. Now 2 into 23 is 46, and minus 21 minus 14 is minus 35. So in the next step, 35 plus 20 divided by this 46 minus 35 is 11. Now write the decimal number of this fraction. So 35 plus this comes 1.818. Now this addition is 36.82 years. That means the mode of the given data is 36 plus 82 years. Now we have to find the mean. So prepare the frequency distribution table. Here I am going to find the mean by using the step deviation method. So we have to prepare the columns like this. Age in years, number of patients, that is frequencies Fi, class marks Xi, then Di, values of Di, that is equal to Xi minus A. We have to assume the mean here from the class marks. Now Ui, that is equal to Di upon H, and the last column is of Fi Ui. Now write down the class intervals and frequencies. Now class marks Xi, we know that the upper limit plus lower limit divided by 2 is the class mark. So here 5 plus 15, that is 20 divided by 2 is 10. Here for the second class interval, 15 plus 25 is 40 divided by 2 is 20. So for the next class intervals, we can write the class marks directly, that is in between this 25 to 35, the mid value is 30. Then next mid value is 40, 50 and 60. Like this we got the class marks here. Now we have to assume the mean. As there are 6 observations, I am going to consider the third class mark as the assumed mean. So this is our assumed mean A. So A is equal to 30. Now do the subtractions, that is xi minus A. So 10 minus 30 is minus 20. 20 minus 30 is minus 10. 30 minus 30 is 0. 40 minus 30 is 10. So next values of di's are 20, 30. Now we have to find the values of ui, that is equal to di upon h. H, class size is 10. We have written for the mode here. So 10 is the class size. Now di upon h. Now di is minus 20 upon 10 is minus 2. Minus 10 upon 10 is minus 1. 0 upon 10, 0. 10 upon 10, 1. So for the next class intervals, 2 and 3 are the values of ui. Now find the last column fi ui, that is the product of this fi and ui. So 6 into minus 2 is minus 12. 11 into minus 1 is minus 11. 21 into 0 is 0. 23 into 1 is 23. 14 into 2, 28. 5 into 3, 15. Now we have to find the sum of frequencies. So adding these all frequencies, we will get 80. So summation fi is equal to 80. A we assumed as 30. Class size or class width is 10. And the summation fi ui. Now this addition of negative numbers is minus 23. So this plus 23 minus 23 is 0. And the addition of this 28 and 15 is 43. So summation fi ui is 43. Now put all these values in the formula. We have the formula mean x bar is equal to a plus summation fi ui divided by summation fi into h for the step deviation method. Now put the values. Mean is equal to a is 30. 30 plus 43 divided by 80 into h. Now here this 0 get cancelled. So 43 divided by 8 is 5.37. So 30 plus 5.37 is equal to 35.37. So here our mean is 35.37. Now let us interpret our answer. And we have to compare these two values. That is mode is 36.82 years and mean is 35.37 years. Now how to interpret our answer? Now let's see here. We conclude that the maximum number of patients admitted in the hospital are of age 36.82 years. That means what is the value of mode is the maximum number of patients admitted in the hospital are of age 36.82. Now mean means we have to write the average age of a patient. So here we have written that the average age of a patient admitted in the hospital is 35.37 years. So interpretation of the answer means you have to explain what is mode and what is mean here of the given data. Now let us start the question number 3. The following data gives the distribution of total monthly household expenditure of 200 families of a village. Find the modal monthly expenditure of the families. Also find the mean monthly expenditure. Now expenditure in rupees are given in the form of class intervals and the corresponding number of families are given here. Now these are our frequencies. Now here we have to find the modal monthly expenditure and mean monthly expenditure. That means we have to find the mode and mean. First we are going to find mode of the given data. For that we have to decide the modal class first. So observe this number of families given here. Here 40 is the maximum number of families. So our modal class is 1500 to 2000. Now here 40 is F1, 24 that is the frequency of the class preceding to the model class, is F0, and the frequency of the class succeeding to the model class is the value of F2. So these are our F1 40, F0 24 and F2 is 33, and our model class is 1500 to 2000. So let us start solving the sum. Now here from the given data, write down model class is 1500 to 2000. Write down these values. As the model class is this, lower limit of this model class is 1500. Here class size is, or class width is 500, because the difference between the upper limit and lower limit is 500, and which is the same for all class intervals. Now here write down the values of F1, F0 and F2. Now write down formula. Mode is equal to L plus F1 minus F0 divided by 2F1 minus F0 minus F2 into H. Now put the values. After putting the values, we got here 1500 plus this calculation. Now this 40 minus 24 is 16. 16 into 500 is 8000. And this 80 minus 24 minus 33 is minus 57. So in the next step, 1500 plus 8000, and this subtraction is 23. After dividing this 8000 by 23, we will get 347.83. So this 1500 plus this 347.83 gives 1847.83. So our mode is 1847.83 rupees. Now for finding the mean, the distribution table is given below. Now here is the distribution table. I have written here expenditure and number of families given, then class mark XI. Now here again we know that 1000 plus 1500 is 2500 divided by 2 is 1250. For the second class interval, 1500 plus 2000 is 3500 divided by 2 is 1750. Now we can observe here the mean value of the first class interval is 1250 and here 1750 for the second class interval. So observing this, we can write the next class marks directly. So after 2000, 2250 is the class mark. After 2500, 2750 is the class mark. So we can write the class marks for the next class intervals like this. Now we have to find in the next column values of DI. DI is equal to XI minus A. Now here there are 8 observations. So I am going to consider the 4th observation as our assumed mean A. So I am taking here A is equal to 2750. Now do the subtraction. XI is 1250 minus this. So 1250 minus 2750. Now this 50-50 is going to get cancelled. Now as we are subtracting smaller number from the bigger number, we will get here 7 minus 2 is 5 and 2 minus 1 is 1. And sign of greater number is minus. So minus 1500 is the first value of DI. Now the next value, that is minus 2750 plus 1750 is minus 1000. So these values we will get after subtracting XI minus subtracting assumed mean from XI. These values we got here. Now find the values of UI. Here we are going to divide the values of DI by the class size. So minus 1500 divided by 500 is minus 3. Minus 1000 divided by 500 is minus 2. So the next values of UI are minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now we have to find the values of product of FI and UI. So product of these two columns, 24 into minus 3 is minus 72. 40 into minus 2 is minus 80. 33 into minus 1 is minus 33. 28 into 0, 0. 30 into 1, 30. 22 into 2 is 44. 16 into 3 is 48. 7 into 4 is 28. Now, find the total of all frequencies, that is summation Fi is equal to 200 and summation Fi Ui is equal to minus 35, because addition of all these negative numbers and addition of all these positive numbers gives us minus 35. So, put these all values in the formula of mean by using the step deviation method. So write down the formula and put the values in the formula. So here 2750 plus minus 35, that is summation FIUI is minus 35 divided by 200 into 500. Now this 0, 0 get cancelled. Now minus 35 into 5 gives minus 175 divided by these two. Now write down this 2750 as it is and write down the decimal number of this fraction is 87.5. So this 2750 minus 87.5 gives us 2662.50. So our mean is rupees 2662.50. So here we have not to interpret our answer, so only write the values of mode and mean. This is our answer of question number 3. Now we are going to start question number 4 here.